I gave you my heart, but now I'm taking it back, piece by piece. Love doesn't disappear, it just transforms into something new, something untouchable. The love I once gave you is now something I can no longer hold on to. Our love has turned to dust, and my heart has learned to live without it. I no longer love you like I used to. I've learned to love the space you left. I loved you deeply, but now that love has become a shadow of its former self. The love we had has quietly faded into a calm, unspoken understanding. The spark we once had has extinguished, leaving only the cold air between us. You were once my everything. Now I'm learning to stand on my own. My heart no longer aches for you. It's found peace without you in it. The love I had for you is now a distant star, too far to reach. I loved you once, but I no longer recognize the love that remains. What we had was beautiful, but love, like everything else, changes with time. I no longer love you the way I once did. My heart has learned to let go. The love I once felt is now a fading memory, slowly slipping through my fingers. You were my world. Now you're just a part of my past. I loved you deeply, but I can no longer ignore the silence between us. Our love has evolved into something I can no longer hold on to. I no longer love you as I did before. My heart has learned to move on. The love we once shared is now just a whisper, carried by time's winds. I no longer love you the way I used to. If this touched your soul, don't scroll, like, comment your favorite quote, and subscribe for more. The heart that once belonged to you now beats to its own rhythm, free and untethered. I loved you, but now I'm learning to love myself more than I loved you. The love I gave you was real, but it's no longer the love I need. The way I loved you has faded, like footprints washed away by the tide. I no longer see you with the same eyes. Time has changed everything, even love. My love for you has become a distant thought, barely remembered in my mind. I loved you, but now I love the peace that comes from letting go. Once, you were my heart's desire. Now you're a stranger to my soul. What we had no longer holds me. I've freed myself from love's heavy chains. I loved you once, but my heart has outgrown the love I had for you. Our love is no more, and my heart has found a different way to beat. You were once my everything. Now you're just a part of my fading past. I no longer love you, but I still remember the way you once made me feel. The love we had is no longer enough to keep me from walking away. I loved you deeply, but now I love the quiet of my own heart. What once was love is now just a quiet understanding of what we've become. I loved you once, but now I'm learning to love the absence you left behind. The love I once had for you is now just a shadow in the corner of my mind. I loved you, but I've let go of the past, choosing the peace of the present. The love I gave you has faded into nothingness, but I'm stronger for it. The love we shared is now just a fleeting memory, but I've learned to cherish its lessons. I loved you deeply, but now my heart seeks peace in the silence you left behind. What we had no longer holds me, for I've found a love within myself that never fades. I once loved you, but now I embrace the freedom that comes with letting you go. Our love was once a fire. Now it's just a faint glow in the distance. I loved you, but now I'm finding new ways to fill my heart with light. The love I gave you is gone, replaced with a wisdom that only time can teach. You were my everything, but now I've learned to love the space you left behind. The heart I once gave you is now finding its way back to itself. My love for you has faded, but in its place is the strength to move on. The love we had is now an echo, but my soul has found peace in the quiet. I loved you, but now I love the freedom of being whole without you. What we had is gone, but I carry the wisdom from it, not the pain. My love for you has vanished, but I've learned to cherish the lessons it left behind. Once, you were my world. Now I'm building a new world of my own. The love I once had for you is gone, but in its place is a new beginning. I loved you deeply, but now I'm learning to love the journey ahead. Without you, you were the one I thought I needed, but now I've found all I need within myself. My heart no longer aches for you. It's healing, learning, and growing stronger each day. The love we once shared is gone, but the peace I've found in its absence is everything. My dear, I no longer love you the way I used to. Something in me has shifted forever. Love once burned bright. Now it's a quiet ember that barely keeps me warm. I gave you my heart, but now it's become a distant echo of what it once was. The love I felt for you has faded into silence, leaving me in the quiet aftermath. You're a memory now, and the love we had is just a ghost that haunts my mind. The person I once loved no longer exists in the way I remember. Everything has changed. My heart no longer races when you're near. It beats with a tired, reluctant rhythm. Our love is like a faded photograph, beautiful once, but now losing its color with time. I've learned to let go of the love I once thought would last forever. The depth of my love for you has worn thin like the pages of an old book. You're still in my life, but my heart has already begun to move on. What we had was real, but it no longer burns the way it once did. The love I once gave you now feels like a distant memory of a different person. I no longer love you the way I used to. You've changed, and so have I. Love can fade just as quietly as it grows, leaving only silence between us. The fire we once shared has turned to ash. I can barely remember its warmth. My heart has let go, but my mind is still clinging to what we used to be. The love we had no longer feels like a light. It's become a shadow of what it was. We were once intertwined. Now I stand alone, no longer bound by the love I once felt. The love I gave you isn't gone. It's just changed, like a song played on a broken string. We no longer fit like we used to, and my heart has slowly withdrawn. Once, you were my everything. Now you're just a person I once knew. My love for you no longer feels like fire. It's become a flicker of what it once was. I wish I could go back to how it was, but that version of me is gone now. Our love was once a storm. Now it's just a calm, distant memory. I no longer feel the way I used to. Love has quietly slipped through my fingers. I loved you deeply, but my heart has found peace in its absence. Time has changed the way I feel, and love has quietly slipped away. The way I loved you has faded into a silence I can't ignore. You'll always have a place in my heart, but it no longer beats for you. I loved you once, but now I'm learning to love myself in a new way. I no longer feel the same. What we had is just a memory I'm still letting go of. Love doesn't die. It just transforms into something unrecognizable. The passion we once shared has turned into a quiet, distant affection. What once was a burning fire has become the fading embers of a love lost. You were my everything. Now you're just someone who once held my heart. My heart has outgrown the love I once had for you. I loved you deeply, but love doesn't always stay the same. Sometimes it fades. What we had was beautiful, but love isn't meant to stay stagnant. It evolves. I no longer love you the way I did. I've learned to love myself first. What we had is no longer enough to hold my heart captive. The love I once felt for you is now just a whisper in the wind. Our love was once a masterpiece, but time has blurred the lines. I can still remember the love we shared, but I've let it slip away. My heart is no longer caught in your web. It has freed itself. The love I gave you has turned to dust, scattered in the winds of time. I loved you, but now I feel empty, like a vase missing its flower. I loved you with everything I had, but now It's just a flicker of what was. I no longer feel what I once did. My heart has found a new path. The love I once knew is now a fading memory, replaced by peace. Once, you were my everything, but now you're just a chapter I've closed. My love for you has quietly slipped away, leaving only the echoes of the past. I once loved you fiercely. Now I can only smile at the memory of it. The love I had for you is a book I've closed, the pages turning on their own. My heart no longer seeks you in the crowd. It's found peace in its own rhythm. The love I once knew has faded, like the last light of day retreating into night. You'll always hold a place in my heart, but my love has moved on. What we had was once a fire. Now it's nothing but cold ashes in my soul. I loved you once, but now I'm learning to love the silence between us. I gave you my heart, but now I'm taking it back, piece by piece. Love doesn't disappear. It just transforms into something new, something untouchable. The love I once gave you is now something I can no longer hold on to. Our love has turned to dust, and my heart has learned to live without it. I no longer love you like I used to. I've learned to love the space you left. I loved you deeply, but now that love has become a shadow of its former self. The love we had has quietly faded into a calm, unspoken understanding. The spark we once had has extinguished, leaving only the cold air between us.